find us Aneil Maharaj of the band 5 O'Clock Shadow here in TNT. Here he is. And
hello.
Yeah.
Good day, everybody.
We're going to have a nice session because that's what it's all about. So you're listening to a 5 O'Clock Shadow song in the background, Colliding Mistakes, their very first track. And we're about to start the interview, so fun, fun, fun. Make sure to put your comments in as well. And let's do this, all right? Check in. That's 5 O'Clock Shadow right here in Trinidad and Tobago, and a track called Colliding Mistakes, their very first original. Yeah, we have member of the band here, Aneil Maharaj, and we're welcoming him to Live at 5 right now. Aneil, welcome and good afternoon to you, man.
Good afternoon, Alex, and thanks for having me. Unfortunately, the other band members, they couldn't make it, work-related stuff and so on, so here am I, so I'll be free to answer any questions or anything like that, or just have a discussion about anything. But yeah, that was our first track, and I'll tell you something. That was like magic. How that song actually came about.
Yeah.
Our lead guitarist at the time, that's Rick Ramroop, he was toying around with this riff, and he wanted to do an instrumental.
Right.
And then, we just started jamming in the band room, which was my backyard, by the way. That was the band room. And our other member, that was Vijay, who is, he lives abroad now.
Yes.
He was a vocalist, and he was also playing bass at the time. And he said, look, you guys, I have some lyrics for this song. I said, bring it, And he just brought it, and it just took off.
Yeah, it just meshed with the music.
It just meshed. Everything just came together. And another friend of ours called Roger Prasad, he came in one evening in the band room and he said, look, I want to record this. I'm getting a studio for you guys. I want you all to come. Now we were real novices. We had no idea what was going to happen.
Yes, but you were enjoying the moment.
Yeah, we just did. I mean, we get into to record a track.
Right.
And then we went into the studio, we played it. Now, this song actually ended with Rickson's riff. But if you listen throughout the song, there's a sort of continuation. And while we were actually doing this song,
yes,
the whole band actually did it in the studio together. And they saw, and I think Roger was behind the glass and so on, and he said, look, you guys keep just play.
Yes.
Don't stop.
Right.
And we just started to jam, and then I started to do a run on the bass, and bam, that was it. It was magical.
Colliding Mistakes?
It was a colliding mistake. That proved really good.
Yeah. Well, I listened to the song, and I mentioned off air that it got that Cure influence. Yeah. Because I'm a huge Cure fan as well.
Yeah.
I heard it, and I felt good.
Yeah. Well, Vijay, who was our one of our former singers, he was a huge Cure fan.
Yeah.
He used to be part of a group of guys that used to play a lot of alternative music, and they used to, the Cure and Morrissey. And,
yeah, oh my goodness, Morrissey.
Smiths,
definitely, yeah.
That was there.
I grew up on that music too,
Yeah. So that was it. with me and Rickson, on the other hand, we were more of the sort of hard rock blues bass. Ben also a classic rock type stuff and so on. But when this came in, it really meshed together.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it surely is a great feeling. I know as a musician, being able to put out your own music.
Yeah.
And of course the influences are there. Mm-hmm. But I know you've changed band members so many times. How does that throw things off? I mean, you have to start all over again, or you can just pick it up from where you left off. How does that go?
It sometimes could be a little bit, as I said, I wouldn't say starting back from the start, because the core members of the band are still there. That's myself, Rickson, and Ben.
Right.
And the songs are actually still there. So like anybody else who actually comes in the band, they would have already an ear for what the songs were.
Right.
The original members were myself, the same three guys that I called, plus Vijay and another guy called Rishi.
Right.
Now Rishi left the band probably. Well, Vijay he left. He went abroad. He settled abroad and so on.
Yes.
And we continue as a 4-piece band. And actually we sailed on pretty well with regards to that. We sailed on through until about probably 2010 or so, and that was it. So it was good, and we continued to play out, and we had a group of people that always used to follow us.
Yes. I love the name 5 O'Clock Shadow. I was talking about my 5 O'Clock Shadow earlier, but this is more than a shadow, isn't it? Yeah. Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Why do you choose the name, though? I mean, it's probably really interesting.
Well, this is another story.
Yes.
Another funny story.
We love stories. Yeah.
When the band started, and as I said, initially, before we started to do our original music, I mean, we were doing covers like every band, practicing covers in the room.
Yeah.
And we were doing stuff by U2, Neil Young, R.E.M., Alice in Chains. There was a song.
Oh, Alice, another big band from the grunge era. I love
I'm trying to remember, but it was more the mellow stuff with Alice in Chains. I think it was Nutshell or No Excuses.
Yes.
And then we were working on these songs, and then say, fellas, look, I have stuff, you have stuff. Let's concentrate on doing our originals. And by the time before we actually ended up playing, we had about 6 original songs.
Wow.
More or less completed, and we didn't have a name. And then eventually, I don't know who it was, I think probably we had a break during the practice session, and I don't know, 5 O'Clock Shadow. Yeah, that sounds good.
I love it.
That sounds good, I mean, and that stuck with us since. But the next thing about it is that you go onto the internet and so on, and you see a lot of bands with that name also.
Right.
So we have actually, I have actually kept the name, but I said 5 O'Clock Shadow, TNT,
Makes sense.
So that's it, so that, we won't get sued by anybody.
Right. I thought you guys all shared at the same time, and then, when you came to practice, like, wait now, but he's all stubbly with the 5 O'Clock Shadow.
Well, that's kind of
that's a possibility in there as well. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, so that in itself is interesting. Your story where you put out the music and there was no name for the band as yet.
Yeah. So and then we were, as I said, we had with the exception of probably Rickson and Rishi. I think Vijay also had played for a band called I think it was Raid 5, and they played in Anchorage.
Okay.
And,
oh my goodness, Anchorage had like the best setting
well,
for live bands.
Correct.
Live music.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you had close to probably about thousands of people actually coming out.
I miss those days.
Yeah, we all do.
The Anchorage days, even the Pelican days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And but I didn't have any experience playing out. And, I don't know who else. Oh, and I think Rishi also was in another band called Druvedic Miss.
Okay.
And Rickson was in a band called Natural Habitat.
Okay.
And then he was in another band, and then he was in an Indian orchestra bit called Tasveer and so on. So that's it.
I love the sitar.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Shraddha Pattasar in studio. It's hard to try to pin her down, but soon,
Yeah.
Shada, we're gonna have you in studio.
Yeah. No, she is amazing.
I know.
And I know her. I know the family. I know her. In fact, there's another story to it. I used to go
Yes.
to lessons with her dad.
Really, with
I actually
the
started
great
playing
Mongol Patisar?
I actually started playing mandolin first with him,
Yes.
and I didn't know anything about music. I got this mandolin that somebody gave me as a gift, and I came, and I was the only mandolin student. And he said, Aneil, let me see what you have.
Yes.
And when I played this thing, I could just see his face, and his face was just turning blue.
Right.
What am I gonna do with this?
Okay.
And then eventually, we, I stuck with it, and he was, he was very proud. He said, "Look, when you first came in, I didn't know what to expect because I saw that, you didn't even know how to tune your instrument, and then,
Yes.
and then you actually developed pretty well,
Right. The passion took over.
Yeah. And then, and then that's exactly what you're hearing in certain elements in our music also too,
I think that's really important. The elements, if you really, if once the music is properly mixed and mastered, you hear everything.
Yeah.
I love to hear the little pan in there, even a little flute, mandolin. I love the mandolin, even a banjo at times.
Yeah.
So you play a variety of stringed instruments.
Yeah. Mandolin, acoustic guitar, rhythm guitar. In fact, I started off with 5 O'Clock Shadow as a rhythm guitarist because Vijay used to play bass, and when he migrated, the duties fall on me. I say, okay, there's the bass. Okay, so who gonna sing?
Right. So you guys were just passing around the intro. Okay, you gotta play bass now. You gotta do rhythm guitar. Right.
Yeah. So that was it. So it worked out. It actually worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. All right, we're going to do that right now, people. It's live at 5 with Aneil Maharaj of 5 O'Clock Shadow, and it's going down. We have some more music from the band that we're going to be playing for you. We're live on Talk City as well, 91.1 FM, and at TalkCity91fm.com for anyone listening in online, okay?
This morning, sunlight hits my face. The heat keeps rising. It feels like it's melting my brain. It's getting hard to catch my breath up here. Diesel and dust overtakes the atmosphere. Above the horizon, see the smoke on the hill. Bushes and trees, they're gone by a blazing flame. Just from snow washed by the flood. The big shot of man crimson bird with a new century in the sweet air to breathe. No one hears a sound as lightning hits the ground. Mother Nature warns us now. No one sees the sign. Now we all gone blind from ultraviolet skies. No one hears the sound as lightning hits the ground. Mother Nature warns us now.
This is Aneil's voice you're hearing in the background, by the way. Woo! That was nice. That really took me back to the days when I remember, the live gigs and the band rooms, because I was in school. And we just try to find out where we hanging out this weekend, which band room,
Yeah.
which gig, and that was what my weekends were all about. That and the beach,
Good
Yeah.
time. Good times.
Yeah, those were great times,
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be nice to see that come back in some way, but I guess things are a little different now,
Yeah.
Yeah. But the music lives on.
Yeah.
So this track, Mother Nature's Warning, interesting story behind this one as well.
Yeah.
How do you guys first, come up with this song or to compose it and to write the lyrics for it?
Well, the thing about it, this song, it went through many changes. I
Okay.
think this was possibly our first song, original song that we started to do.
Okay.
And
okay.
it just sort of morphed into this sort of trippy type of vibe.
Yeah.
What had happened is that we used to perform this live, and I think there was this organization where a good friend of ours called Glenford Baggott,
Yes.
he was part of it.
That
And
name sounds familiar.
yeah, I think he's also a musician also.
Right.
And Glenn said, look, hey, we're putting together a compilation album, and I want you guys to record this song. We want this song on the album.
Right.
And I said, all right, no problem. And then we toyed around with the idea. We said, look, we're getting a piece of mandolin. We have another friend of ours who plays tabla, Pritam.
Yes.
And then I had another good friend of mine. Her name is Asha. She's a doctor, by the way, and she's
Right.
originally from India, and she's a Indian artist. She plays Indian music. She plays sitar, guitar, and everything. And I
Yes.
said, look, I want your voice on this. And it just morphed together. We recorded it at Darren Lala Studios in Shiguanas, and I think Corey San
Yes.
also did the mix. And the album, I think they just had a few in print. And on that album also, besides us, there were a number of eclectic artists. It also had joint pop.
Right.
There was anti-everything.
Yes. Brother Resistance was on that as well.
Brother Resistance,
Yes.
the late great Brother
Yeah, boy.
Resistance, he was on that. And Malik Ozzy Magic also was there.
Epitaph?
No, they weren't there. But it was such a great mixture of
Right.
different artists that, from Trinidad,
Yes.
all from Trinidad,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people were not familiar with, and yeah, that was really, really a lovely period for us. I mean, we were glad to piggyback on that opportunity, and we thank the Green Light Network, and we thank also Glenn for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah, recognizing you, and you see when you do something good, people do recognize, and
Yeah.
it's nice to know when you're appreciated for your efforts.
Yeah,
When you put out, because it is a lot to put out.
Yeah,
People don't always realize that.
yeah.
Yeah. So that at that moment when you were sorted out and put out there, it must have sort of elevated the band's popularity. It must have done something to help.
Yeah, because we actually had a different group of people, and there were two concerts that Greenlight had actually put on. One was at the Trinidad Theatre Workshop,
Yeah.
and the other one was at UE. And Mike Ross actually had he was the MC at that one in UE
Yes.
also, and it really went down well. I mean, we were so. I mean, as I said, they had other recognized artists, experienced musicians that were there, and
Yes.
we got the chance to actually play there, and that was really a great experience. And everybody was so there was no egos or anything like that.
Good. That's
Everybody was
important.
so,
Yeah.
you know.
Everybody is cool and down to
Yeah.
earth.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. It's not always that way, but
Yeah.
that's how it should be.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So how long has it been? You know what I mean? Since jam together as the band, or even anything of the sort, recording wise. I don't know. It must have been a while.
it's been a while. It's been a long period. I mean, the last time we played a live show, it was ourselves and Epitaph.
Yes.
That was around 2017. But what happened is that our drummer, we actually started back playing in 2015. We got a new drummer, a guy called Randy Rupchan.
Okay.
And we started back, doing a few gigs and everything like that. And then he flew
Right.
because his wife got a job in Scotland. So he's in
Okay.
Scotland right now.
Wow.
So we were drummerless for a little while. Well, we get drummerless.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. And
Yeah.
well, you know what
Wow.
that was.
Yeah.
And that sort
Yeah.
of put a damper on everything.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I could probably safely say that we're on a kind of extended hiatus. And we'll see how it goes, maybe. But we
Right.
I mean, as I said, it'll be good if it is that we start back recording, because we had some other, we did some other songs with Randy, and it would be nice if it is that we could do those.
I think so. It just reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend of mine talking about relationships, and sometimes you have a relationship with someone, could be an intimate relationship, whatever, and you kind of there's distance between you. A mandolin, that's an amazing instrument. Did it take you long? I mean, how many strings are in a mandolin? Is it 4 strings?
Yeah, four strings, double strings.
Yeah.
So it's tuned as G, D, A, E.
Yeah.
Just like how you tune a violin. So the chords actually, the fingering pattern is actually different.
Because that's what I'm
from,
wondering. How
from,
different is it from a normal guitar?
Yeah.
To learn to play the mandolin as well.
Well, I mean, it was sort of easy for me because that was the first thing that I actually learned. I mean, there was always a guitar around and so on, but in
Right.
terms of actually the notes and the scales and everything like that, I actually started to learn on the mandolin first,
Right.
before it is that I started on the guitar, because I kind of started with Indian music, and it doesn't really have harmony as such. It's just more or less like scales, different ascending scales. They more well. I don't want to get too technical, but ragas, they are like certain modes.
Yes.
So they are certain kind of, they create a certain mood and so on.
Wow. Mandolin. I wish I had walked with it though. That would have been really nice.
Yeah.
I love how it sounds similar to that of a banjo.
Yeah. I don't know how the banjo is tuned. I never really checked
I
that.
had a dog named Banjo. He was a great one.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gone to the great beyond now though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
had a dog called Bingo. See?
Bingo! Bingo Banjo. I like that.
Good name for a band.
Yeah, I would
Bingo
think
Banjo?
so. Bingo Banjo. See, look at that. This idea is just tossing people are listening and say, hey, Bingo Banjo, that's the name of a band. That. All right. Good stuff, man. Let's check out some of the comments here. All right. You've been welcomed by many of our fans.
Oh.
Welcome, Aneil. Great to have you on the live.
Thank you.
Yep. Let me see here. I think you may know Naeem Abdul.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm from the band Epitaph.
Yeah, so Naeem is here.
Yeah.
Rahil is here as well.
Yeah, I know Rahel also.
Yeah, he was
Good
talking
guy.
about Mother Nature's Warning.
Actually, Rahel was also on that album, on the same Nature of Sound album.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Rahil, big up
Yes,
yourself, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let me see here. Oh yes, Aneil, very talented gentleman with so much on the inside. His voice on the song is perfect for that genre of music. That's what we're getting there. See, encouragement.
Wow.
You know, talk about hashtag motivation there.
That's good.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you for those beautiful comments.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm listening to you here, and on the track, I'm thinking, wow, is this the same person? You know. So I mean, it was a while
Yeah,
ago, but
yeah.
I'm sure you don't really lose it per se. You know.
Well, I hope
Yeah.
not.
You might surprise yourself when you
Yeah.
go back out there.
Yeah.
Yep. Another comment here. Aneil strikes me as a mind-blowing chameleon. Woo! Because it sort of lends what I was just saying. You know,
Yeah.
you're calm and composed. You know,
Yeah.
chatting with you in person, and then you know you're a different person on stage or with the
Yeah,
band.
Yeah, music
You know?
does that.
Yeah.
Music does that. You
You
know,
know?
I mean, you get the emotion, and I mean, that's it. I mean, you know, when you sometimes you go out and play, you know, you tend to be a different person.
Yeah, you
know.
get into character. I know about that. I know
Yeah.
about that, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe not really playing in a band, but
Yeah.
just, you know, on the many platforms,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that I exist.
Yeah, correct.
And it happens, it just comes like that. You don't have
Yeah.
to think about it. I
Yeah.
guess experience brings that as well, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can definitely understand
Yeah.
where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, this, we were talking about the Anchorage. So yeah, it really was perfect. I think they had the the pop rock awards or the pop rock concerts were there
Yeah.
at the Anchorage too.
Yes. Yeah.
That's historic.
Yeah. This guy, Rory, I think
Yes,
he was the guy.
Frantic Romantics.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Frantic
was
Rory.
Rory very well.
Rory himself. Yeah.
What is Rory doing now anyway?
I have no. I
I've
think
seen him like years and years ago.
I was talking to somebody today, and he was telling me that Rory actually wants to sort of revive the whole pop rock.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to revive it. So, you know, I think he's just waiting for this whole scenario to kind of cool down.
Sort
and
of fizzle
everything. And,
Wow, that would be
then
nice.
He wants to start back because there's a lot of talented young bands out there that people
This is
are
what I
not
have been seeing.
are not familiar with, you know.
Yeah. I actually, I didn't realize. I mean, I know we have a lot of talent in this country. You know, musical talent, etc. But to get to learn now with the live, it's a great platform. It's a great opportunity for many artists to touch down, and for me to also learn about them. And I'm realizing we have so much talent, great talent.
Yeah.
Pure talent. That's just almost unheard of, and it needs that spotlight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's my honor to have live at fact.
Yeah.
And to bring it to the people. Alrighty, so let's see here. We have another track from 5 O'Clock Shadow.
Ooh.
Yeah. But before we get into it, I want to ask you, Aneil, what was your most memorable experience on stage? If you can pinpoint that.
I think that Nature of Sound concept,
Yeah.
and a lot of things kind of happened before that, and we were not sure if it is that we were going on to play.
Right.
And this was the one at Trinidad Theatre Workshop and so on.
Yes.
And so I don't know if you knew how Trinidad Theatre Workshop was at Belmont. It's really,
I vaguely remember. I know where they are
Yeah.
now,
yeah.
but in Belmont, I am not too familiar. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I came on stage. I think there's a picture that I have, and I came on stage with the mandolin, and we did it. We did 2 songs. I think we did obviously Mother Nature's Warning,
Yeah.
and it was acoustic. And
Wow.
there's another song that we did called Karmic Death. and I couldn't see the crowd, and everybody was just silent. And I'm playing, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if people turning up their noses or if they.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden,
Oh no.
you know, because the light is in your face, you
Yes.
can't see the crowd.
Right, right.
And then all of a sudden, after we finish, it's like,
Reading all the applause.
and it's like,
So for the whole performance, you're wondering, oh my gosh, are they
Yes.
receiving this well? You're
Yes.
sweating, you're thinking,
yeah.
you know.
And then
And then when you're done, it's just pure exhilaration.
yeah, and then after that, and following that, there was a little article on the Guardian that
Okay.
actually highlighted us and so on.
Wow.
You know, 5 o'clock Shadow gave a favorable performance. They spelled everybody's name wrong.
Okay, okay.
Band.
Who cares?
And they had a little picture of us and so on. I think I have it on our Facebook website.
Wow.
So
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was really a great feeling, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean there's several others, you know, that I could see, you know. So.
Yeah. No, I.
But there was
I
some
appreciate
others that were really bad too. So.
Yeah. Well, of course. It can't be always all good,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
sometimes you know you come off and you feel you're sounding good and so on, and you go, why you guys were so loud? Why you were shouting?
Okay,
You know,
okay.
you
What
know.
are you shouting? After you tell us. Yeah, I got you.
No, but sometimes you know that happens because
Yes.
you know you don't hear yourself properly on the monitor and
Right,
so on,
right.
you know, and that's how it
It's all part of the process,
Yeah,
man. All
yeah.
part of the process. Anything can happen live.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the third track from 5 o'clock Shadow, Failed Plan.
Oh yes,
You want to talk a little bit about this one before we get into it?
Whoa.
He's
My
like,
God.
whoa, how do we...
This is Friday evening. This is
Yeah,
heavy stuff now.
I know, it's kind of heavy. Well,
Yeah.
just maybe just briefly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this song was actually written in I think probably 2005, and I don't know. There was a really dark period in our country where
Yes.
you know we had a lot of murders, a lot of kidnappings.
Oh, I remember that. I think, oh my goodness.
And
Yeah.
you know the thing about it. I mean, I'm not saying that it's all hunky dory, no, but
Right.
it was really a sort of dark period, and I knew
It was, notably.
I knew many people who were victims of crime. I myself was a victim of crime
Wow.
and so on. And it wasn't it was just a song out of frustration that I put, you know, that I just wrote and so on. And you know, you turn on the news, you'll see all these negative things, and then you'll see this politician talking about this plan and that plan and so on. So I said, you know what,
Yeah.
I just think so. I just wrote it, and then I came in the band room, and the guys went with it also.
Yeah. It's important because your music is an expression of self.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think as a musician, you know, you have a duty to perform in some way.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and it's a very relevant topic.
Yeah.
To be able to connect and to put that out.
yeah. I know that there's a lot of people outside there who say, you know, they don't like protest music and so on, but I don't subscribe to that. I
Right.
mean, the bands that were very, you know, that were very that inspired me. I mean,
Yes.
bands like Midnight Oil from Australia. I don't know if you know that.
Oh,
band.
yeah, Beds Are Burning,
Beds
Midnight
Are
Oil?
Burning, the early U2.
Are they still around? I mean,
Actually,
after Beds Are Burning, I was like, I
yeah.
was for Midnight Oil. Did the oil run out?
Actually, they were really a sort of underground band in Australia.
Yeah.
That album called Diesel and Dust, that just
Mhm.
broke them after, I think that was after probably about 10 albums or so. But they were very successful in Australia.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they continue to make music. The lead singer, I think Peter Garrett, he became, because I heard he's an attorney by profession, and
Okay.
he became a member of parliament.
Wow. This is what, before Beds Are Burning?
No,
Before
no.
Midnight Oil?
After.
Okay.
And then after, I think
That's
he...
strange.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
weird twist, you know?
Yeah. But you know, they were always for, you know, Aboriginal rights.
Yeah, exactly.
For the environment, for companies, against oil companies and so on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
Oh, so I guess, you know, being an attorney sort of would have
yeah.
helped.
So he probably wanted to do something while he was there. And you know, it's been a long history that, you know, I don't want to say politics, but social activism and music has always been, you know, closely
Yes.
meshed together since
Mhm.
the days of the 60s with Bob Dylan and these guys.
Correct,
You know,
correct.
and you know, people shouldn't frown upon that.
Mhm.
You know,
Good stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Somebody loves your openness. Good stuff. All right, let's get a cue on this one. 5 o'clock shadow on the field plan. Check it out right here on Live at 5.
Yourself in your foot again. Everyone saw your failing trend. 500 murdered at year's end. Can't you see this is too much to bear? Influence and money got you this gig. Our national plan is a disaster today. Street parade was guarded on Monday as another one gets kidnapped on Wednesday. Social cancer. So many plans have gone down the drain. One's on top are playing a game. Collateral damage was what the headman said. Tell it to a mother whose child got thrown away. What hand can you play? Our men of grey stand all in disarray. So many plans have gone down the drain. Who will stop this social cancer? So many plans have gone down the drain. One's on top of playing a game. In the air as your next of kin runs from here. We all know of the ones who are involved. The gangs with guns run the town. Social cancer. So many plans have gone down the drain. One's on top of playing a game. So many plans have gone down the drain. Who will stop this social cancer? So many plans have gone down the drain. The eye in the sky is blinded down.
I think I broke a sweat there. Yeah, man. Good stuff. I love the instruments, and people are still in awe at the way your voice, your singing voice sounds.
Okay.
You know, like, wait, is that
Okay.
the same person? It's the same person.
Yep, it is. It is.
That's really amazing.
No
stuff.
auto tuning, by the way.
There you go. It's like all natural tuning.
Yeah.
I think you guys should really try and get back together really soon. You know, or at least try to reform a band in some, you know, with some gusto.
Yeah.
You guys have to go back out there. I am just waiting, you know, really anxiously for us to be allowed to have, you know, live gigs, live entertainment once again.
Yeah.
Please, you know, soon.
Yeah. Well, you know, as I said, you know, once we could achieve this herd immunity and so on, you know, I mean, you know, we should, you know, people should start, you know, going back. I mean, we should start back. Getting back to normalcy and so on,
I actually would love that.
because, you know, a lot of people got affected, business-wise and so on, you know, I mean,
Still being affected, yeah.
job-wise, a lot of people, and, you know, it's really,
A lot of people have had to reinvent themselves.
Correct.
You know, try to find alternate sources of income.
correct.
Just to survive. You know, mouths to feed and bills to be paid.
And families and all of this.
Yeah,
It's very tough, you know.
It is, you know. So, just thinking about those right now who are suffering and going through some really hard times, you know, because it's always darkest before the dawn.
Correct.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, we are resilient people, so I think
we
you know,
are.
we'll get through this. You know, just have the faith, keep the faith, and
Correct.
I mean, we'll
have to.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. So,
Nice. I love it. We're going to close it off. Yes, you want to just...
Well, I just want to...
A few words?
Yeah. The thing
You go
about
right
this is, so I think we have... Good. So I just want... Well, first and foremost, I just want to thank you for having me. I mean, it was really, really a pleasure.
Yes,
and
likewise.
keep on doing the great work that you're doing.
I have to, thank you.
But I want to also thank, you know, a few people that, you know, I have to mention.
Of course, you go right ahead.
I want to thank, obviously, my band members, Rickson, Ben, whether past, previous, Vijay, Rishi, Roger, Glenn, and Randy. So, you know, thank you guys for actually, you know, being part of this. I want to thank Roger Prasad also, who has been, you know, who has been the one. I mean, this music that you're hearing, it was really because of him. He was the one that actually recorded us and everything.
Big
like
up,
that.
Roger.
Yeah, I want to thank also a guy who got us our first paying gig at the West. That's a guy called Rashid Mohammed, better known as Rock. I also want to thank Mike Ross for actually playing our music the first time.
Nice.
Bees.
Mikey was on the live as well, by the way.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Let me see who else. Sheldon Manu.
Yes.
What
Indigenous.
what can you say about Sheldon? I mean, Sheldon actually, Sheldon is the one that actually...
Sheldon shares the passion.
Yeah.
You know, definitely.
I mean, that guy should get some national award or something. So he's so a lover of local music and
a great supporter, very humble guy as well.
Very extremely humble guy. Great musician too, eh? Great bass player.
Yeah.
And well, you know his rap, so
definitely.
Let me see who else again. Randy Yearwood for the studio. I want to also thank the Rainbow Crew, which is Robbie, Randy, Lato, and the late Django. The Imaginary Boys, Darren, Kimal, Vin, you know, the Salmon Tree Crew, Psycho-ish of the Salmon Tree Crew. And if there's anybody else that I left out, my good friends, Anton Harry Dial, who's also a great musician, and Naim Abdul from the band Epitaph.
Yes.
So that's about it. If there's anybody that I forgot,
he walked with a list.
Please forgive me.
Yeah.
And you know, thank you guys for the support and everything like that. Asha for lending her vocals on Mother Nature's Warning.
Right.
Great vocals. So
yeah. There you go. Guys, thank you very much for checking into today's live. It was a fun week. We had lots of entertainment, lots of great artists, and the music, oh my goodness, made right here in Trinidad and Tobago. That's what it's all about. That's what Live at 5 is all about. So, Aneil, thank you very much for taking the time and, you know, coming down to check us out. Next time you're going to walk with the mandolin.
my pleasure.
We're going to make sure. Aneil cannot get into the studio next time around if he doesn't bring the mandolin. Just
All right.
kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So yeah, that's how it goes. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Alex Assing, and check me out on Sunday. I'm an early time slot on Sunday, by the way, 6 to 9 a.m. this Sunday on Sweet 100 for Classic Sunday. Make sure and tune in. It's gonna be real nice. Cool. So we're gonna close it off with a break. Yeah. Until the next one, you guys take it easy.